So clarity and direction is my kind of stuck feeling place right now. I have a wonderful job. I have a wonderful life, wonderful husband. I'm very grateful for all the wonderful things that I have.
That sucks.
Yeah. I know, right? So how can I dig out, stay out?
What is it that you think you're looking for that you don't have? In other words, would you describe the way you're feeling as you're looking for clarity, sort of dissatisfaction?
Yeah.
And would you describe clarity and satisfaction in the same way? Isn't clarity satisfying? And isn't confusion not satisfying? And isn't happiness satisfying? And isn't unhappiness not satisfying? So we're just wanting you to look for that satisfying feeling just for a little bit, because we believed you when you talked about all of the wonderful things in your life, but still there's something that's sort of stuck in your vibrational craw. And what it is with most of you, and what it certainly is with you, is it's this old way of approaching things where you feel like you have to figure out everything that you need to do and that you want to do so that you can just get on with doing it. Isn't it? That sort of feeling of not being fulfilled or not being right on your path, or like there's more but you don't know what it is, and so there's frustration because if you don't know what it is, you don't know where to go. But what about the notion that it's all there and that it will surprise you and delight you, and that you can just find a piece of it and then another piece of it and then another piece of it? Wouldn't that be nice too? One day, we've told this story for years, but it's the fastest way to help you hear what we're really getting at. Esther had a beautiful gold pen, and she liked to use it to write love letters to people. And in one of the moves, she lost track of it and she couldn't find it. And she looked and looked and looked and looked for it. And she dumped out everything that it could possibly be in. And her search was most concentrated in her purses and handbags, because that seemed a logical place to find it. But she could not find it. Turned things upside down, felt in the lining and the pockets of everything. And Jerry kept saying, well, just get another. I don't want another. I want that one. I want that one. That's the one I want. And as long as she was looking for something that she believed was lost, she could not find it. Her vibration of it being lost was so powerful within her that even though her desire to find it was strong too, she could not find it. And finally, she just got tired of feeling that way about that pen, and she just decided to give up on it. Okay, I'll get another pen. Okay, I'm going to stop looking for the pen. And then a little bit of time passed, not very much, a day or two or three. And now she is getting ready one day and realized that she wanted to put a particular perfume on. And there was a special perfume sprayer that she knew which purse it was in because she just had it. And so she went to that purse, reached in, intending to come out with that perfume, and came out with the pen that had been there all along. It seemed completely illogical to her. How could I not find something that was right there all the time? It's because when you are sure that it's lost, you can't see it. Life is perceptual. In other words, you'll just guide yourself around. Her path of resistance was so strong that she could not find it. So the point that we're making here is that when you're in that place where you're trying to find something, and in this case, you're not even sure what it is. You're not sure what it is, and you're not sure where it is. You can dig around in a lot of purses and find yourself really frustrated when you're looking for something. You don't even know what you're looking for or where it is. But when you have found your way to your receptive mode, your inner being will present to you a thought that you can receive. Like Esther could receive the thought about the perfume. We were telling her exactly where it was. She could not hear us, but she could hear about the perfume. Now, don't spend any time trying to figure out why she could hear one and why she couldn't hear the other. The answer is she hadn't thought about the perfume being lost. And so your inner being will lead you with one thought and another and another and another. Sometimes you're over here and where you want to be is over here. Your inner being will lead you over there and 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 over there, over there and 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 then over there. And you might say, why didn't they just hurry? Because you couldn't hear it. And anyway, you might have if you've got this knack of satisfaction, you might have had fun over there and over there. That might have been fun over there and over there and over there and over there. Fun over there, fun, satisfying. Just because you're in this satisfying mode doesn't mean you'll go directly there, because sometimes what you're wanting to rendezvous with over there isn't over there yet. There's somebody else's inner being bringing them over there and over there. You should see what it looks like from an aerial view. You should see how you're zigging and zagging with each other. Half the time you bump into each other accidentally and you don't even recognize each other. There are all kinds of wonderful things, but you've got to get in the receptive mode. And when you do, you're going to like it wherever you are, and that feeling of dissatisfaction will go away, and you'll find yourself counting all your blessings, acknowledging all of the wonderful things that you feel so much appreciation for, and you will not feel lost. You'll feel found and on your path.
What about doubt that gets in the way?
Doubt is what you feel like when you're contradicting your own desire. When you feel doubt, say to yourself, I know what that means. That means I can't get there from here. And it isn't doubt that's preventing you. Doubt is the indicator of the thought that is preventing you. Doubt means you're thinking thoughts in opposition to desire. So you got to go general. If you don't know the specifics, and you don't, what are the things you do know? I like to feel good, and I like to acknowledge motion forward, and I love to interact with people, and I love to have fun, and I like to answer telephones. I like to rendezvous with others. I like to feel good. I like a feeling of productivity. There are so many things that you do know that you like, that as you speak about them in a general sense, then you're not contradicting the specifics, because you're speaking about them generally and finding satisfaction in them. Then it just becomes more and more and more, until you can find yourself in a moment in time where multiple things that are of interest and delight to you can manifest simultaneously. It's like a convergence of everybody you love showing up at the same place at the same time, and you just can't get enough of each other fast enough. You know that feeling? That's what it's like. Your inner being knows where every particle of surprise and delight is for you. And this is a part we really want you to hear. It's why we keep saying it over and over again. And knows the most likely way to get you there. Your inner being doesn't resent or worry for one moment about resistance that you've got, because your inner being knows how to work around the resistance. Your inner being can work around the resistance. So if you can just tune into your inner being will take you wherever you want to go. But if you say, no, inner being, I don't want the long, satisfying, slow walk around. I want to go directly over there. You're not going to go. You're not going to go, because you're not ready for that. You got to be ready 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 to be ready. And then, wow, when that manifestation happens, you say, where have you been? I've been looking for you a long time, and I really didn't even know I was looking for you, but now I found you. I really know. That manifestation feels wonderful, but so does the getting ready to be ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. It feels good to relax. It feels good to let your mind flow. It feels good for an idea to come. Haven't you had a really good idea that really satisfies you? Don't you know that feeling of a great idea? You know the feeling of a great idea? Well, if you don't, you're getting ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, because you can't miss it now. You know too much. Should have put that on the form you signed. Can't go back. You can't go back. You're going to come, you're going to learn things, you're going to know things, and now you are forever changed. Your point of attraction is forever changed. You're not the same person who walked in this door today. You are different. You are in a vibrationally different place. So, since you are an extension of source energy, you have a very powerful part of you that is calling you toward who you really are and what you really want. As you came into this physical body, that non-physical part of you remains non-physically focused, which means that non-physical part of you remains non-resistant in nature. It's that part of you who is love, who is confidence, who knows your worthiness, and who understands the purpose with which you have come into this physical body. that non-physical part of you understands that you came, you, genius, brilliant, deliberate creator, came into this body at this time and in this place because you wanted to explore the variety, the contrast, in order to come to your own personal conclusions about what you prefer. And you knew that as you sifted and sorted, that you would know what you don't want. You knew life would keep coming to you, and that when it came, you would continue to have personal opinions about how that, as it came, felt to you, and whether you wanted more of the same. You knew from your non-physical perspective that you would sift and sort, and you would know what you don't want, and you would know what you do want, and that when you knew what you did want, that you would emanate a vibrational rocket that would join the vibration of your inner being as an evolution of who you are, as an amendment to who you are, as an addition to who you are, and that then that evolved you would stand in that vibrational realm with law of attraction responding to the new and improved by your sifting and sorting you. Makes sense to you? We want it to, because that's how it is. So that point of attraction is very strong. When you live something that causes you to ask for something, when you don't have enough money and you ask for more, you emanate a rocket of desire, and you vibrationally become more prosperous. If we could get you to be able to see into this vibrational reality that you are continually creating, you would see all of the pieces that you've been putting there for a very long time since you came into this physical experience. But since it's a vibrational reality that you cannot yet translate with your eyes and your ears and your nose and your tongue and your fingertips, because it is not evolved enough, it is not matured enough, it does not have enough momentum, and therefore you cannot receive it yet. It's too early. It's like the seed of corn that you put in the ground. For a while you don't see it. You know it's in there because you remember putting it there, and you've tended to it, and in most cases you believe it will come up, but you don't need to see it to know it. You understand the process of it. And your vibrational reality, this reality that is so real to us because we see it so fully, we see each and every contribution that you've made to it, and further we see the whole that it has become. Because you can't see it, you have to sense it. You have to know it by the way it feels to you. So, since law of attraction is responding to this vibrational reality, and because we wanted so much for you to understand it, we wrote a whole book about it. In fact, a couple of books about it. We call it the Vortex. We want you to accept the existence of this vibrational reality. And there are many people who say, that's just crazy because we can't see it. People think we're nuts when we talk about what's in our vortex. You make us feel crazy, Abraham. You said, get in the vortex, get in the vortex, get in the vortex. Believe me, I would like to. I just can't see the door. And then after a while, you began saying to us, I want my money to come out of the vortex and into the bank. I'll go along with your silly game. I'll accept that it exists. But I want it out here where I can see it. And we say, of course you do. That's why you're here in this physical body. You came for manifestations. You came for vibrations to mature to the point that they can be witnessed not only by you, but by others around you. You came to turn these thoughts to things. You did. But if you are contradicting these thoughts at early stages, I want it, but I don't believe it. I want it, but I don't believe it. I want it, but I don't believe it. I want it, but I don't have it. If you are looking so hard at the manifestation of what is, you can't be a pure vibrational match to what's in your vortex. If what is isn't enough money, if what is a body that doesn't feel good, if what is loneliness, if what is different than what you want, and what is has most of your attention, then even though what you really want, what you keep asking for a little more every day, is maturing and is ready for your reception of it, if you are vibrationally focused on how it has manifested, then you don't allow yourself to be in the receiving mode, and you don't get to witness your thoughts turning to things. That's as clear as we've ever seen.